All right. Welcome everybody to Golden Emperium Season 4, Day number 4. We are your casters for tonight. This is James.
This RKM.King.
And what's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing fine and well tonight as we are starting day number 4 of Golden Emperium Season 4 with a very close day number 3 last Saturday.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And but JPEG actually was able to defend their castle for day number 3. And because of that, Opus Dei and Apollo are still going to be on the attacking side this time around. RKM.King, I'm going to hide our faces right now as I think the clash will be starting in any second. RKM.King, expectations for tonight, day number 4. This is the last day that Apollo and Opus Dei can have a chance into getting the rewards for Golden Emperium.
Yeah. The worst case scenario for OD is that they will be able to have a chance for the Golden Emperium rewards. Best case scenario for JPEG is of course to secure this day and have their final, let's say, defense this coming Saturday. But then again, the highest rewards or the opportunity for high still open for OD. So at best, if they fail to conquer this castle for day number 4, then maybe they're I can say it's consolation because they're going to work hard for it. They can still go for the highest rewards, which will of course decrease the overall rewards. But then again, they can deny the rewards, the Golden Imperium rewards to JPEG. So that's the important things to consider on how to gauge what's gonna happen for today's event. This is a crucial day for the Golden Imperium Season 4.
Yes, a very crucial day indeed for Golden Emperium Season 4 as Apollo is going to be the first one who will enter the Emp Room right now. Card Revolutions will attack that sorcerer. Masquerades will go in. Apollo just trying to invade the stack here of JPEG. Ignition breaks will land here on the members of Apollo as that JPEG member has that sacrifice on him but will get removed and get taken down as Apollo managed to wipe out the front lines here of JPEG. RKM.King.
Yep.
Apollo just slowly closing in right now on the members of JPEG. They are moving with that magnetic earth this time. They don't want to deal with that severe rainstorm. Actually, they can deal with that severe rainstorm, I believe. That's why they have that magnetic earth on the floor. And I think that sorcerer of Apollo got eliminated. That's why the magnetic earth got cancelled. Hence, of course, the e-call here for Apollo. And now they have used that emergency call and they are going to invade here the castle or the Emp Room of JPEG. The defenses of JPEG right now, Opus Dei actually is in the back. I didn't notice that Opus Dei was able to get in from behind right there. And now, I don't know, RKM.King. The defense of JPEG didn't seem like it was fully set when the day started.
Yeah. Still, we still have 2 hours. But this time around, I think OD and Apollo decided to attack early as compared to the previous days. So this time around, they are very much willing to use their emergency calls in order to secure their position in the Emp Room. So it's just a 5-minute cooldown as early as now, I guess. It's very inconsequential, so there's nothing to lose. But then again, they can now try and contest this JPEG defense because there's no way that the OD Alliance will take over this castle in the form of breaking them.
Yeah, I don't think they will be doing that at this minute right now, RKM.King, as JPEG is going to go in. We see some bloody loss on 4. There is no magnetic curve on the side of Opus Day right here and Apollo. A Curse Circle will actually land the Masquerade Ignorance. Ignition Breaks will still get casted here by both sides, and they just want to go in. And I do want to mention again and again that the castle is still owned by JPEG, so they can just quickly use that flag warp if they want to get back into the fight. So the thing for Apollo and Opus Day is that they need to fully wipe their opponents here in emergency call. Where is that emergency call? I don't think it's in the M2. And yeah, they need to fully wipe their opponents if they want to, you know, retain the hold of this castle, RKM.King. And the members of JPEG, I don't know, maybe it's still too early. No, it's still too early. Usually they have that that buff, you know, as the
10 p.m.
yeah, not only 10 p.m. Sometimes it's 9:30, but they do have they do get that boost of firepower as more people will be online for their guild. I guess some people are just going home, you know, doing other things, taking care of other stuff. Again, it's just a Tuesday, RKM.King. You still have the whole week for you know, as a work day for most people right now, RKM.King. And Ignition Breaks will land here. JPEG will invade the stack here of Opus Day and Apollo. They will go in and try and wipe out the front line of Opus Day and Apollo. Right now, Curse Circle will connect here on two members of Apollo. And they are just holding on to their spot right now. Ignition Breaks, another one will land on that Runite, and that Runite will get taken down. Curse Circle, they are fully utilizing their Suras on the side of JPEG as they will just go in. They have two Sorcerers, two Magnetic Earth on the floor, and on the side of Opus Day and Apollo, if they don't have enough members to defend, again, it will be hard for them to invade because the castle is still owned by JPEG. They don't have that flag warp. They don't have that emergency call right now, RKM.King.
Yeah, I think what Apollo and the OD needs to do is delay this until, you know, until they get their emergency call on cooldown again. So I think that is the best case scenario for them. So we're in after they conquered the Emperor, they just have to contain it for like 5 minutes so that they can regroup their members, because it's going to be a lot harder to defend with the kind of numbers JPEG is, you know, rolling with, since they are currently the castle owners. Returning to the castle is as easy as, of course, clicking that flag warp, aside from other members of their alliance, wherein they can basically just walk around and of course contest the OD and the Apollo members who's trying to, you know, enter the castle. So I guess proper usage of emergency call is their best bet in order to, let's say, increase the chances of taking over this day number 4.
Again, they do not want to break this castle immediately. As you know, the strategy of JPEG, they were exchanging castles earlier, or rather last Saturday, for you know, this Golden Emperium Season 4 event. Similar to what Opus Day did in I think day 3 of or day 2 or day 3 of Golden Emperium Season 3, wherein they used another guild to break their own castle just to wipe every member of JPEG out that time, and, you know, reconquer the castle.
Yeah, and in that way as well, they can control the, you know, they have the capability of sending people out as well. It's just that the trade-off is between the ease of returning, and of course, having that opportunity to break at the last minute.
And it all depends on the strategy that Opus Day and Apollo will come up with. Usually, the attacking guild decides the momentum and the pace of the match, or rather the War of Imperium event. So right now, it's going to be Opus Day and Apollo who will be deciding that pace. And if it's on the other side, if, you know, they're the ones defending. Of course, JPEG will be the ones to decide the pace of the match. And what we had, RKM King, for the previous days, we do still have our Golden Emperium Season 4 giveaway, in which we will mention a bit later. RKM King.
What's the question?
Mm-hmm. We will mention it a bit later, RKM King.
Yeah. So what's the reward?
Alright. We will mention the giveaway later, as still too early. So we're just 10 minutes on the clock and we're already mentioning the giveaway, but there will be giveaways on this live stream. All you need to do is to tune into the GGH qualifiers, or rather, that was for yesterday, the Golden Emperium Season 4 event. And listen to for the question asked by me and RKM King. Comment your answer along with your IGN and hashtag Golden Emperium GGH. Alright, 2 lucky participants per live stream will be randomly selected to win exclusive ROPC merchandise. And today, or tonight, it is going to be a ROPC mug or tumbler for day 4.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, because yesterday the giveaway was a shirt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll keep on, I guess, juggling between 2 PvP events for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And right now, Apollo is just quickly stacking up right now in Opus Day. RKM King, we've seen these attacks coming from Opus Day and Apollo and the defense of JPEG, for 3 days now. So, any thoughts, or how do you think, a guild can, conquer this map for the end of the session? What do you think they need to do?
Well, I think for OD to be successful, you just have to break it at the last minute. So I think that's the I guess the reasonable scenario for them to win this.
Yeah, but hold on to that thought, RKM King, as Apollo is going to try and invade again the Emp Room right now. Cart Revolution will go in. Ignition Break. Rune Knights will get eliminated there on the side of JPEG. And JPEG has a lot of backline players right now. We see some Asura actually just normal attacking, I guess, earlier. We might see a Curse Circle actually land. Emergency Call is being casted here by Apollo. And right now, JPEG has been able to wipe out the members of Apollo who are trying to invade the Emperor.
Yeah, the forces sent by Apollo, I guess, is not that many because we haven't seen the OD side of the group. Yeah, so it's hard to expect for OD, for Apollo to break that kind of defense. So this time around, JPEG still invested more defense at the front lines. So they will have to invest more as well in terms of the OD side of the OD side to invest more manpower just to contest that. But then again, it's still too early for going full power and trying to take over the castle. So let's see. That's what I've mentioned earlier. It's better for the OD Alliance to aim for like a last minute turnover of the castle instead of breaking it as early as possible. They just have to attack continuously so that the juggling or the changing of let's say the ownership of the room of the Emperor consistently change so that JPEG cannot properly set their defenses. And by the time that they have the opportunity to do, let's say, close out the game, it's not that hard for the OD Alliance to break the defenses.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, in terms of firepower and manpower, OD, I guess, is on the losing end.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's still too early, it's just 9:15.
Yep. JPEG
So
has
let's see.
them has the Opus Dei and Apollo alliance beat in terms of firepower and manpower actually right now. King. That's why
Mhm.
um, they lost a lot of times during clashes, but they need to utilize the small lineup that they have in order for them to conquer this castle. And guys, it all depends on the timing, like what you said, RKM.
Mhm.
Depends on the timing, depends on when they want to break the castle, because last Saturday it was very close,
True, true.
and I think they just rushed in without actually waiting for the members to you know rebuff.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. And for me, I didn't like actually the emergency call of Opus Dei and Apollo um, last Saturday, because I
The
guess
final.
yeah, that final emergency call, because I guess from my perspective, there are already members of Apollo and Opus Dei who are invading the stack of JPEG,
Mhm.
and because of that emergency call, they got they were forced to retreat
Mhm.
basically, and they are put in a position wherein they need to walk again, and they lost a bit of their momentum into attacking. But yeah, let's hold on to that thought. RKM King as Apollo and Opus Dei will try to break the defenses again of JPEG. But right now we are seeing a very severe rainstorm and ignition breaks coming from both sides.
So yeah, the layer of ignition breaks actually. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to be hard to pass through this without killing what's in front of you. Because if you try to to dive it,
Mm-hmm.
you'll get it through the intersection of multiple IVs.
Yeah, even
So
if you try to go in with a cursed circle, I guess it's going to be a little bit difficult, because again, you will get hit maybe one or two times before actually landing that cursed circle,
mhm.
and severe rainstorm will get casted. They have that magnetic earth on the floor right here, so no magic damage or no AOE magic damage will actually land on the members of a JPEG who are standing in that magnetic earth. But both sides are just standing strong right here. But suicidal destruction will actually wipe out some members of Polo and Opus Dei who are trying to push in. And again, Arcane King, we haven't seen that skill getting utilized for a long time already.
Yeah, at the very least,
Mm-hmm.
suicidal destruction still still a great skill in terms of eliminating targets without
Mm-hmm.
100% them human resistance. So yeah, it's still again a valuable skill if positioned and used correctly. Since not everyone's going to run that 100% resistance. Also, there are classes wherein, or there are classes that can remove equipment and
Mm-hmm.
reduce the overall resistance of players.
Mm-hmm. White Imprison on that rune knight actually rendering him disabled for a bit of time, or a blade will get casted again. And actually, White Imprison is a good skill to utilize, because you can do a lot of things to
Mhm.
whoever's caught in that disabled skill. And
Yeah, at the
JPEG
very
is
least, it's
losing
nice
some
to hit people.
members. Mm-hmm. They're losing some members in the front lane, but of course there are members from behind Curse Circle, Tiger Cannon, and of course the members who just used the flag quickly went in to eliminate the members of Apollo, who are just staying still here in the Emp room right now. Okay.
Yeah, also there's a possibility that members of Ultra are still, uh,
They're
that
probably in
are,
the
yeah.
entrance, or they're probably here, because earlier Ultra used that emergency call.
Mhm.
They probably still have members who are not moving, like this guy. Still not moving from that emergency call earlier.
Yeah.
So it really depends on how Opus Dei and Apollo decides to attack this castle right now. It's still too early. We're just
Mhm.
20 minutes into our Golden Emperium Season 4, day number 4, RKM King. And we can already mention the giveaway, I guess, for our live stream, but not yet, as we
Oh,
still have members of Apollo and Opus Day inside the Emp room right now. Ignition breaks. The front line of JPEG will get eliminated. They use that emergency call, and JPEG is back on the defense. And a very good emergency call, I think so, just to contribute on the defense. But if they were a little bit late, a Runite might get into the stack and they might have not been ready for the damage that they will be receiving.
hey, one of the better counters to to emergency call is that if you cannot cancel it, then wait for it to be completed and kill unsuspecting members.
Mm-hmm.
That's not actually that actually happened several times in our live stream, wherein there was a very good emergency call, but then again, one or two rune knights were able to spot them, and of course, one performer is
Mm-hmm.
going to land that giant severe rainstorm and of course wipe out some of the recently summoned members.
Yeah, yeah, because even if it's just a second, even if it's just a second, from the loading time, if you're not in the castle at the moment, even if it's just a second, or that flicker of that screen, even if you're inside but in a different spot, sometimes you can't be ready, or you won't see stuff that is coming in that small time frame that they have.
Yeah. The
Mm-hmm.
invulnerability frame can work for those who were recently summoned, but then again, uh, with all the things that's being thrown, I don't think you can be, let's say, really that prepared
Mm-hmm.
to take on such damage.
Mm-hmm. And while Apollo and Opus Day is grouping right now, the giveaway question for tonight's stream is, how much is the Silver Castle reward in Golden Emperium Season 3? Alright, how much is the Silver Castle reward in Golden Emperium Season 3? Again, Silver Castle reward. Guys, how much is the Silver Castle reward in Golden Imperium Season 3? Answer the question along with your IGN and the hashtag Golden Imperium GGH to be able to win, or for a chance to win, a ROPC mug or tumbler, as you call it.
Yep.
I think RKMP, you also have that mug.
Yeah. Actually, I have almost all
Mhm.
the merchandise
Almost.
available. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I don't have the plushie that you showed earlier.
Uh-huh.
So I'm still waiting for mine.
Mhm. That pouring was from from something different. Yeah. Actually, this pouring is also from RO, of course, and it's I got it from an event that I attended before. Forgot what event that is. It's either a convention here in the Philippines or an event that I just went to. Mhm. But JPEG is going to wipe out here the members of Apollo, and they have a lot of frontline members right now, RKM.King, compared to how it was earlier. You can see there are runites at the back, there are runites in front, and there are still people who are going outside, just making sure that they can regroup properly this time around.
Yeah, because right now JPEG is the owner of the castle, so they are
Mhm.
leveraging that ownership, wherein they are willingly frontlining JPEG members.
Mhm.
So even if they die, they can easily return to the flag warp, as compared to sacrificing Ultra members.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a lot more difficult to return to the Imperium
Mhm.
room
But another
for that
attack here will come in from Apollo, as I guess they use that emergency call once again to get their members inside the preempt area, and they are going to try and eliminate the stack here of JPEG to show you the front line. Because even if you're done with the front line, you need to worry about the back line, in which JPEG has a lot of members. JPEG and Ultra. Ignition brakes will land. Suicidal Destruction will also land here on the side of Apollo right now. And you can see the stacking of ignition brakes right here. The Rune Knights that are ready for anyone who goes in. 6 Rune Knights actually I saw. And I think a Curse Circle isn't enough to disable all those 6 Rune Knights, RKM.King.
Yeah, you can't. It would feel like you're holding on to like a very hot object.
Mm-hmm.
you're you're stopping them, but then you're receiving collateral damage because, of course, some of them can still cast that ignition brake.
And even if you do have time to disable them, you still need to wipe them out. You still need to wipe them out, and it's quite difficult to eliminate a Rune Knight, especially if that Rune Knight has a 100% player resistance. And maybe if you even use that Masquerade on that Rune Knight, he has that item from our Golden Imperium
Yeah,
Season 4, a Flash
Giant's
Sale.
Blood. Yeah,
Alright.
Giant's
Mm-hmm.
the Frost Giant's Blood.
Yeah, but I want to mention the Golden Bear Series for Flash Sale because as Apollo and Opus Day are getting ready for the attack right now, Golden Bear Season 4 packs are up and active. RKM.King.
Yep, we have Season 4 Pack 1, which contains Shining Defense Scrolls, Medium Life Potions, Mana Potions, Mysterious Water, Guyak Pudding, and of course, and Dead Scrolls. You can utilize this all for the War of Imperium. And also, Season 4 Pack number 2 contains buffs in the form of Almighty, Limit Power Booster, Infinity, Genzo Bean, Undead Scrolls as well, Siege Teleport Scroll, and of course your Guyak Pudding box. So these are great items that you can use in War of Imperium settings, or even if you are just leveling outside or doing your regular instances. Also, pack number 3 contains 15 Young Vine Fruits, and of course the Dead Scrolls, Genzo Bean boxes, Golem Stones, Frost Giant's Blood, and of course your NFS Siege Resistor Helm that you can actually utilize in the current War of Imperium event, because that can contribute to your player reduction. And after the event, you can still use it for your PvE activity, since it can be comboed with Overwhelm Armors. Okay. So as for pack number 4, we have the Reset Sticks, Skill, and the Reset Stone. Of course, we have your Nyang Vine Fruits, your Genzo Bean, and your Golem Stones, and Frost Giant's Blood. Of course, your Siege Resistor Cape that can be also utilized outside of War of Imperium sessions. It has a combo with your Temporal Boots, so just feel free to check the stats. I think it's available in Discord as well.
Mm-hmm. You can check out the stats and the equipment details on Discord. That's been posted there, so you can check it out freely by looking at, I guess it is in-game promotions channel in the ROGGH Discord. Alright, Polo and Opus Day is ready for exactly RKM.King as he finished that Golden Emperium Season 4 flash sale spiel that we have. And yeah, Polo, Opus Day, moving with that Magnetic Earth. JPEG standing their ground. A wall of ignition breaks once again on the side of JPEG. And it will be a little bit difficult for Apollo and Opus Day to moving closer. Ignition breaks. Rune Knight will invade the stack here of Apollo, but it got eliminated as we have more Rune Knights on the side of JPEG right now. Ignition breaks come from both sides, and we are mentioning ignition breaks a lot because mostly it is the main damage dealer or damage skill in War of Imperium, and Apollo and Opus Day will take over this spot right here. There is still a member of JPEG trying to invade the stack. Apollo got in, emergency call got casted. We have members of Apollo just trying to go in Opus Day. We haven't seen them use that emergency call yet. Maybe they use that emergency call outside. Maybe they're here. Maybe JPEG members are already outside as well. But they will be trying to hold this spot for now as they got affected by a Tiger Cannon, but Guillotine Fist to finish that Suro off. Apollo will just walk in and members of Opus Dei are already here. I didn't see the member of Opus Dei actually invading the Emp room right now. And now, the challenge for Apollo and Opus Dei once again is how will they hold this castle without them being the owner?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that's still the ongoing issue regarding this situation. So I think regardless of how well OD and Apollo say conquered the Emp room, they still have that problem wherein they have to contain this room for like 5 minutes just for them to have that opportunity to recast their own emergency call
Mm-hmm.
to contest whatever offense JPEG and Ultra is going to throw at them.
Mm-hmm.
So they
And
just have, yeah.
yeah, and what Apollo and Opus Dei needs to do is to be careful and to not losing any members actually. Again, they just use their emergency call. They're not the owners of the castle. And yeah, I don't know what they are supposed to do here. I guess one strategy that they can do if they are confident in their defensive capabilities is to use the strategy that JPEG did last Saturday.
Oh, they're going to bring another guild.
Bring another guild that's not part of the alliance.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and try to break the castle to just push them out. But I don't know how effective that is going to be. As Opus Dei and Apollo are going to hold their stack, they don't have the magnetic earth on the floor. Mandragora howling. We see a lot of Dragon's Breath, ignition breaks, some severe rainstorms, and we don't see a catnip meteor because there is that magnetic earth on the floor. And right now, JPEG is just holding their ground. I guess because of that magnetic earth, they are having a little bit of trouble into wiping out the members of JPEG, and now JPEG is invading the front line of Opus Dei and Apollo. We can see a lot of members of JPEG actually getting close to those people in the front line as JPEG will wipe out the members or the defending members in the front line, and then the back line is another case. What will they do? They don't have a lot of members here. They don't have that emergency call. They have that Doram still, and ignition breaks will be utilized by JPEG right now, and I guess JPEG is going to be taking over this Emp room once again. RKM.King. They are still the castle holders. We have 1 hour and 30 minutes remaining here in this War of Imperium session still.
Yeah, this time around, the OD Alliance was able to like hold it for 2 to 3 minutes.
A little
So
bit
it's
longer.
not, yeah, a little bit longer than what they had earlier, but then again, not enough to create that opportunity for them to resummon their guildmates back.
Mhm.
So let's say they can just aim for like 4 minutes because basically they use their emergency call, let's say a minute earlier for the attack, then afterwards buy some time for their guild to have that emergency call again.
Mhm.
So yeah, maybe another minute would spell a great difference in terms of an opportunity for them to to win this day number 4.
Mhm.
But then again, it's still too early to say that. It's just a scenario that can possibly happen, and maybe the scenario that the OD Alliance is like aiming for.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And defenses of JPEG is proving to be very strong this time around. RKM.King. Uh, I think both sides are not lacking in terms of manpower. They have manpower. They have we have Opus Dei and Apollo on the attacking side right now. On the defensive side, there is Ultra and JPEG. But I guess some members of Ultra aren't moving.
Yep.
They're
So you
standing
can say,
still.
yeah, you can say that. Let's say the OD Alliance have enough personnel. It's just
Mhm.
that it's not as overwhelming as it once was.
Oh,
So
okay. Uh, did they decide? Yeah, they decided to
yeah, yeah,
conquer it with another guild of the
yeah.
same
That's the
name.
dummy version of JPEG.
But the thing is, RKM King, the thing is for JPEG is that it is one of the insurance of JPEG to actually break using
Mhm.
a different guild.
True.
But I guess it would have been better if they waited for an emergency call to pop before utilizing this strategy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's one form of insurance on their side.
True. But in exchange for, let's say, that insurance, they are giving up the flag warp,
Mm-hmm.
wherein they might encounter some difficulties in regrouping.
Mm-hmm.
So it will all, let's say, I guess, would depend on how they utilize their emergency call. So this can work for OD as well, since they will have, let's say, a little bit leeway in terms of personal advantage, since JPEG won't be able to return as quickly as what they did earlier. So this time around, both of their equals would probably weigh a bit more in terms of the usage and the timing.
Mm-hmm.
Because earlier, it doesn't matter if the JPEG members got wiped out or their front lines were eliminated, because they can basically return as quickly as possible. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of, let's say, they're leveraging their current firepower and manpower in exchange of this dummy insurance in terms of the castle holder.
Mm-hmm. we have a comment actually in our YouTube right now.
Oh,
Wait for my Kagero, I'll dominate Dwarf Imperium.
uh, is that I don't want to name names.
Mm-hmm. And Kagero is
The male
will
ninja.
will be a little bit difficult to utilize in this meta this time around RKFK because of the existence of 100% player resistance. It's difficult.
Mhm.
Yeah, but if there is no 100% resistance, maybe if you are geared well enough, you will be able to eliminate your opponents quickly
I think
using a
with
Kagero.
enough, I think with enough Zenny James, you can use rapid throw.
With enough Zenny, with enough gear. Well, you still need a lot of gear. Well,
Yeah, true.
not only Zenny for your gear, but Zenny to
Yeah,
waste.
to basically throw it,
To
basically to
throw.
throw to your opponents. Yeah.
hmm But for that to work, you need a lot of Zenny.
Yes.
But this time around, RKMK, it's going to be difficult because of the 100% player resistance. Who knows? In the future, Akagero might be a good pick for War of Imperium.
Yeah. Display resistance. I don't know if it's all right to call it controversial, but then again, since people have already embraced the concept of 100% player resistance, people are getting kind of creative on how to bypass and to work around it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just that some classes are utilized differently in terms of their performance in the warfare period. For example, the gating process uh, are utilized as utility as compared to Shadow Chasers, who's now more capable on dealing damage, since they have, let's say, means on countering that kind of resistance.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so it kind of favors some classes. So
Oh.
for some,
Mm-hmm. And right now, Apollo and Opus Dei are going to try and take over
Equal?
this Emperor. I think emergency call got utilized by Apollo right here. They are going to take over the castle right now again. This isn't owned by the main JPEG guild, so flag warp isn't an option for them to um, to better hold the defensive line.
Hmm.
So yeah, it will be a little bit difficult. I'm not sure how it's going to be RKM King.
Yeah, this time around, let's see how quickly can JPEG return. So that's been the actually it's the story of this offense. This is that right after they conquer the Emperor, there's a group of players from JPEG and Ultra that's
Mhm.
regrouping at the entrance of the Emperor. So
Yeah,
they should set up as quickly as possible, I guess, for the defense.
hmm. And again, RKM King, a flag warp can save you around 40 seconds to a minute of travel time going to the
True.
Emperor. So without that flag warp, it will be a little bit difficult. But Curse Circle will get utilized. Addition breaks will land on both sides, and JPEG is going to go in, but not a lot of their members are holding the stack right now. I think some of them got eliminated by that severe rainstorm. As you can see, ignition breaks, of course. Falcon assaults getting utilized as well. Item sling, bloodsucker, and a lot of different skills are getting casted. They have that Doram on the side of JPEG. I think Apollo and Opus Dei also has a Doram,
Hmm.
but I think I only saw one Doram on their side. The Opus Dei has one as well. So maybe two on their side, RKM King.
Yeah, unfortunately for Magic Dorams, it's really like item dependent. So for
Mm-hmm.
it to actually work, you really have to like have two pieces, I think, of what's that? A glittering choker
Mm-hmm.
for catnip meteor to have like zero cooldown.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so you really have to be lucky in terms of item acquisition,
Yeah.
since not everyone's going to get it at the same time. Maybe the opposition does not want to release theirs or sell it to the opposing team, especially right now during a War of Imperium event. As
Mm-hmm.
long yeah, maybe you can buy that right after this event.
Maybe you can ride by after, or maybe someone is willing to sell. But of course, prices will be high.
Yeah, I expect
Um,
maybe prices. Yeah.
yeah, because who doesn't want Zenny? Who doesn't want Zenny in RO? You know?
Yeah, especially times like this wherein it feels like there's a crisis in
Oh,
terms of
Suicide Destruction getting utilized by Apollo as well to eliminate members of JPEG. Meteor Assaults getting casted. And that guillotine cross, I guess, will get taken down. JPEG just running over the members of Opus Dei and Apollo here on the front line. Cart Revolution, there is still a mechanic on their side. Battle now, not a mechanic, a genetic on their side. As that Mandalore Howling will also get casted. But of course, if JPEG isn't prepared to counter that Mandalore Howling, uh, I don't know.
it's close game. I think if Apollo or Oni wants to use their emergency call, I think they can.
Mm-hmm. I don't
It's
think enough time has passed yet for them to use that emergency call. Now we can see a member of Opus Dei actually hitting that Imperium right now, just damaging it probably a little bit. And JPEG will take over the Emperor once again.
yep. I don't know if that's intentional to hit them. Yeah, because it won't help OD if they're the ones who's going to break it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, their only hope uh for let's say a win is for JPEG to hold this castle for as long as they can. But let's say sweep the castle.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that is not an easy feat to do.
Yeah, yeah.
As
It's easy to say. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's
easy
really
to
easy.
say, but not an easy feat to do. Again, both teams are prepared to win this event.
Yep.
And we actually have a comment here. Why not the War from Imperium 2? The portal thing is not feasible in current OP gear. This season of Golden Imperium, it's still War from Imperium 1. Who knows? Maybe in the future, maybe in other seasons of Golden Imperium, War from Imperium 2 will be utilized.
True. Yeah. So I guess more feedback can spell a difference.
Because a War from Imperium 2 will bring different mechanics RKM.King.
True.
Uh-huh. They need to worry about their stuff, their mats as well, and the different strategies. Of course, because there are crystals and barriers. So yeah, different strategies will be utilized if
I'll,
it's a different.
yeah, I look for flags.
A lot more flags. And again, if you are not the castle owner in a War of Imperium 2 map, I it's difficult.
True.
All I can say is that it's difficult. Okay, because it's not only 40 seconds of your time that is a save, or 40 seconds to 1 minute of your time that is saved. It's about maybe 3 minutes of time saved. 3 minutes, 4 minutes of time saved.
But let's see. If it's in the cards. I'd also like to see War of Imperium 2 because we've been with War of Imperium 1 for quite some time as well.
No, it's a different case. Maybe more feedback, maybe in the future. But right now, it's not the case. And yeah, just provide more feedback, I guess, when feedback is being asked. All right. And Apollo is going to try and invade the castle once again. Again, RKM.King, this castle is still owned by JPEG 2. I'll just call it JPEG 2.
Yeah.
Cart Revolutions, Madrigoro Howling, Ignition Breaks, Aura Blade, and I wonder what that build of that genetic is for utilizing that Cart Revolution, because we usually see mechanics utilize Cart Revolution builds as genetics usually perform more supportive roles and debuffs. But this time
Yeah.
around, we see some genetics utilizing Cart Revolution, and I've never been hit. I wonder what the damage is. I've never been hit by a Cart Revolution by a genetic. I wonder. Yeah, I wonder how that feels, because I know mechanics will utilize their buffs to gain more damage, but I'm not sure with the genetic. Suicidal Destruction almost getting casted here by JPEG. Cart Revolutions, Curse Circle will land here. The members of Apollo who are trying to go in severe rainstorm got affected by that Madrigoro Howling. Opus Day will be using their emergency call, and Ignition Breaks will land. JPEG has this castle in full defense still right now, and there is a barrier here in the middle, so no one can actually attack from some directions right here. But JPEG is still holding on to their spot. Opus Day and Apollo are trying to invade. I think they will be able to take over this Ep room right now. Some members of JPEG aren't moving. Maybe they're preparing themselves to quickly run in, or maybe they're already outside in the pre-emp area, RKM.King.
Oh well, let's see if or who's
Curse Circle will actually land here, the members of Opus Day and Apollo. And we see some members of JPEG there in
whose members
the
can
portal.
return.
And yeah, this is a different case this time around. Emergency calls getting utilized by both guilds. Again, this is a castle that is owned by JPEG 1 or the main JPEG guild. This is owned by JPEG 2. I don't know how many members are there in JPEG 2 at the moment just to defend this castle. But yeah, Ignition Breaks, Hellplant. get utilized, and the members of Opus Dei and Apollo will try and eliminate the members of JPEG who are just roaming around still in the M room right now.
Yeah, the positioning at or near the M is kind of hard, I guess, since there are a lot of spaces that you mentioned wherein they cannot basically cast skills or long range skills and damage the pushing targets from OD and Apollo. So that kind of worked against JPEG, I guess.
Because the M area is actually so small. And if we try to take a look at it, yeah, there are areas wherein you can't cast, where there are areas where you are safe, especially like this area wherein there is a fence or a barrier, this area. So a lot of areas wherein you can't really get hit or vice versa.
Yeah, that's a problem. No, you are safe. You are not receiving any hits, but at the same time, you are not contributing to repelling the pushing opponents. So yeah, so that's kind of hard position to be in, especially if the amount of attackers are overwhelming. Since OD or OD decided to use their emergency call.
And as JPEG is written right now, the Golden Emperium Season 4 live stream giveaway question is, how much is the Silver Castle reward in Golden Emperium Season 3? Post your answer along with your IGN and the Golden Emperium GGH hashtag. Alright, so answer in the comments, guys. You would be using Soul Linkers. I guess Soul Linkers are Soul Reapers are very much still useful in these situations. Some classes still benefit from Soul Linker buffs.
Soul Link, yeah.
But there's not a lot. So mostly your buffs from your other skills. A lot of classes will be utilized. Her Circle will land here on the front lines of JPEG as a member of Apollo got in. Curse Circle will land on that Soul Rune Knight of Apollo, and JPEG is going to try eliminate that Rune Knight, but JPEG is still holding their stack. Severe Rainstorms will get casted here on the members of Opus Dei and Apollo. JPEG with that Magnetic Earth, they don't have that they don't have that Numa, so they will get hit by that Severe Rainstorm or long range kills. And yeah, this is difficult to decide what you are going to do, what skills you are going to cast. But the attack is still on this side. Curse Circle will land. Bloody Lust will be on the floor. Magnetic Earth will still be casted here on the side of JPEG. There is no Magnetic Earth on the floor here for Opus Dei and Apollo. JPEG just closing in on the backlines right here of the defenders right now.
It's actually hard to actually call them defenders.
Well,
Yeah.
currently they are. Let's just call them
Yeah.
defenders because they are the ones defending.
Yeah.
Not defending their own castle, but they are
Yeah.
defending the castle.
Yep. Yeah. So it turned, I guess, this season turned out to be this way, since this is the most, let's say, effective approach for both teams, wherein nobody actually owns
Yep.
the Imperium.
The emergency call actually getting utilized by Opus Dei right here. I'm not sure if that's the right call, but they do want to hold this castle. Mandragora Howling, Ignorance. Maybe Apollo will be using the emergency call as well. Opus Dei losing members from that Ignition Break Rune Knight. Suicidal Destruction getting utilized to eliminate that sole member of JPEG who was trying to attack their stack right now. But Opus Dei will be regrouping here in the Emperor. Apollo is already back. JPEG is back as well. Maybe they utilized their emergency call. I guess they used that emergency call as well, and it's all on the side of Apollo. What are they going to do? Are they going to help out in the defense currently? Are they going to break it? No, I don't think there is going to be any castle breaks at the moment. RKM King Again, still too early. We still have an hour and 6 minutes remaining in this War of Imperium session. So I guess we won't see any castle breaks until the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, but
Or
for
maybe.
OD but for OD at the very least, they were able to hold out for like a full cooldown of
Mm-hmm.
their emergency call. So if they did not, well, they obviously used it earlier. So it means that they were able to hold the castle for a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
So which is a direct influence by JPEG not having that flag warp. So that basically slows down or slowed down the offense of JPEG. So let's see if they can use that information for the remainder of the session.
Mm-hmm.
So again, those instances, those let's say data, these guilds should be able to utilize on how to properly approach this at the very last minute of the session.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to them on, let's say, whether to attack early or late, depending on how they perceive these defenses and how can they actually hold the castle.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the more attacks that these guilds do, the more information and data that they can gather. So let's
Yep.
see if we can still have that, crucial like last minute as what we've seen in the previous days, especially I think day one and
Mm-hmm.
even day number three, I guess, has that kind of finish to it.
Yeah. And I think for this time around RKM.King, um, what I noticed for Golden Emperium season 4 or this season compared to how it was in the previous seasons for Opus Day and Polo is that they are not removing the land protectors of their opponents or the magnetic earth of their opponents this time. In Golden Emperium Season 2, Golden Emperium Season 3, they utilized magic damage the most. Diamond
Mhm.
Dust and Psychic Wave coming from their sorcerers. Of course, that Warlock dealing damage, especially for those players who doesn't have 100% resistance. They will be taking damage. But again, if you got caught by that Diamond Dust, it's already, if you get, crystallized,
Okay. Yeah.
it's already a kind of a lost cause.
But it's also, well, there's also, let's say, an idea wherein they can also utilize the opponent's magnet earth if they feel like, let's say, the long range damage is not that,
Yeah, they actually,
dangerous.
these guilds know their lineup better. They know
Yeah.
their lineup better. So maybe for Apollo and Opus Day, they trust their long range damage better than their magic currently. Again, with their
Mhm.
severe rainstorm. Same goes for JPEG. They know their lineup better. They are using that magnetic earth instead of tank or negating that long range damage coming from Apollo and Opus Day. But yeah, Apollo will try and go in. Ignition Break, Curse Circle will be casted here by JPEG. Members of Apollo are getting taken down here by this Runite of JPEG. And they don't have that disabled. They don't have Curse Circle, but Tarot's Card of Fate will be casted here. Suicide Destruction will also land on a member of Apollo. And JPEG will successfully push them out and make them retreat.
Mhm. Yeah, in situations like this, they they should aim to simply like whittle down the population
Mm-hmm.
of JPEG inside the castle, since as what we mentioned, nobody technically owns this castle. So the utilization of the flag warp, we still don't know how many members of that JPEG number two or that dummy guild or their alt guild. So I we or I don't know if they can still utilize this flag warp. So much better if they continuously attack and push out members one by one and force JPEG and Ultra to use their very own emergency calls to regroup.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, right now, Opus Day and Apollo are regrouping. I think they are waiting for the emergency call for Opus Day, and Apollo didn't utilize their emergency call earlier. So I guess both guilds are waiting for the emergency call before that push. JPEG for sure has that emergency call up and active right now. They used it earlier, but it will be active as soon as Opus Day's emergency call will be active.
Yeah, true.
All right.
I think James, for JPEG, they just have to like let's say preserve the use of their emergency call and use it reactively on how Apollo and OD use theirs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, because that's going to be like the crucial portion of this game, wherein OD will try and force JPEG to commit their emergency call earlier than theirs, so that they can basically set their defenses right after they conquer this
Mm-hmm.
Emperor.
Yeah, but a big push right now coming from Apollo and Opus Day. We see some crazy ones getting utilized here earlier by Opus Day Genetic. Apollo will go in. Emergency calls not yet casted by either guild. And Apollo seems to be holding on and to be successful into wiping out the members of JPEG right here who are holding the castle right now. But emergency call getting casted right here by JPEG. And ooh, that Fatal Menace was a little bit late, but Bloody Lust will be on the floor right here. But there is no follow damage at the moment as JPEG will be defending. Two emergency calls getting utilized here. Is that two? Is that one? But the emergency call getting utilized by JPEG here to defend the castle. We don't see an emergency call yet coming from Opus Dei and Apollo. But maybe they casted it off screen. But it's going to be a battle in the Emp area once again. Again, this area is not a good place to have a brawl like this one, RKM.King.
Yeah. So you're basically, or some of your members are basically eating more damage because the opposing side, in terms of positioning, the attacking side can basically throw all of their skills, while the defensive side is like only a portion of them are
Mhm.
revealed. At the same time, uh, those members were the only ones dealing damage. So let's see if JPEG can hold.
Mm-hmm. Severe Rainstorm getting casted. Opus Day, Apollo still here, but they might have retreated right now. I don't see a lot of members of Apollo currently in the mix, but there are still some stragglers here, and people got was able to go back. I think an emergency call getting utilized by Apollo. Ignition brakes will land. JPEG already used theirs, and again, this area is not really a good area to defend because of the fences. Um,
Yep.
yeah, you can't support your teammates if because of that fence. Basically, if you're defending.
Yeah, at best, Coliseo Hill can be casted because it
Mhm.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
You
screen
can,
wide. It's screen wide.
yeah, yeah.
Mandragora Howling, Coloseo Hill, those screen wide skills. But of course, if you need to target an area, if you need to target a single player, it's not really a good area wherein you can quickly help out in the battle.
Yeah, minimal assistance at best.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think OD and Apollo were able to, execute the ideal scenario for them, as I mentioned earlier, wherein just force JPEG and the Ultra to utilize their emergency call first, so that they can properly take over this Emperor. Because what's actually happening time and time again is that
Mm-hmm.
after
Millennial
OD,
Shield.
OD took over the castle, the Imperium, the Emperor rather, JP can basically recast their emergency call and wipe everyone again.
Mm-hmm.
So this time around, I think JPEG decided to use theirs to basically push back OD and Apollo, but then again, they basically got wiped
Mm-hmm.
near the Emperor or near the Imperium itself.
Yeah, and Magnetic Earth is still up. Three Magnetic Earths on the floor right now. And
Mhm.
yeah, JPEG is going to try and push once again. And they don't want to take that magic damage coming from Polo and Opus Dei.
Mhm.
And yeah, an Ignition Break, a Rune Knight will be able to get in on the stack, but there is no support on the side of Apollo to support this soul. Rune Knight who is attacking the stack here of JPEG currently, as JPEG is trying to regroup in this corner. But again, the emergency call is getting utilized by both guilds here. JPEG wasn't in a good spot to use that emergency call because again, that Emp room is very tight. It doesn't
True.
have a lot of good spots wherein you can defend properly compared to if you're on the attacking side. You can just quickly use that fence to as leverage to help out or to prevent yourself from getting damage. But someone from JPEG actually went in and got into the stack here of Opus Dei and Apollo, but Curse Circle getting utilized, Masquerades, Ignition Breaks, Paint Bombs, Severe Rainstorm still getting casted heavily on the stack
Oh.
of JPEG who is going in. And Apollo and Opus Dei doesn't have a lot of members actually inside
I
the
think they got
castle right now.
sandwiched.
I think they got sandwiched as some members of Opus Dei and Apollo just went back for the defense.
Mhm.
But no, JPEG is back. JPEG is back for the attack. Heart Revolutions, Diamond Dust. There is no Magnetic Earth, so Diamond Dust will hit. And they're probably crystallized Opus Dei using that emergency call.
So,
Mhm. Polo, Opus Dei right now on the defense. Dispels her circle. Will be casted, ignition breaks. And there is no solid defense yet coming from Opus Dei and Apollo. Both guilds are just holding on to their spot right now. Both alliances rather. An ignition break on this choke point. But there is a long line of magnetic earth on the floor as JPEG is trying to push in. It's getting closer and closer using that magnetic earth. And yeah, they're not scared of that long range damage. Maybe Opus Dei and Apollo needs to think twice into removing that magnetic earth, or they just want to let it happen. But again, they know their lineup better. They know what they're capable of. So maybe having that magnetic earth on the floor is actually a good thing for them as they can dish out more damage that way.
yeah, as long as the defenders, quote unquote, does not position themselves like at the corner of the Emperor, I
Mm-hmm.
guess it's the best thing that they can do. But this time around, JPEG is pushing in, and I think OD and Apollo cannot hold this anymore.
Yeah, because they got overrun right now by mostly Rune Knights, as you can see. Mostly Rune Knights on the side of JPEG. And that slow walk coming from JPEG, that Magnetic Earth slow walk actually helped them out because, again, they won't get caught by such heavy skills. They will be ready if they need to use more consumables and such in that
Yeah,
matter.
the let's say the more susceptible members in terms of like damage were heavily protected by that
Mm-hmm.
land protector. Since again, if you have 100% player resist, you don't really mind the let's say the AoE damage from various skills. But then again, you still have to consider some of your supporting cast that does not have the same setup,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe it does not the build of the supports does not allow the 100% player resistance. So still playing safe coming from JPEG, so they did not rush even though OD I think committed their
Oh,
emergency call.
emergency call on the side of Ultra, actually. On the side of JPEG. A lot of members on the side of on the Ultra Guild right now. And yeah, actually, yeah, JPEG benefits more from having that magnetic earth on the floor. Again, you don't want to get crystallized. That was a problem that they're dealing with in Golden Empire Season 2 and Season 3, I guess, because their magnetic earth is getting removed quite a lot during the previous seasons of Golden Emperium. But this time around, they are not going to utilize that, or they are going to utilize that magnetic earth, as we are having heavy spikes right now, RKM.King.
Yeah, it's rough.
Very heavy spikes, and I think I will be pushing our screen to the starting screen, as or maybe it will fix itself. Maybe it will fix itself. I think it will fix itself. Okay, it's fixed. All right. So
The amount of severe rainstorms, I think.
yeah. No, I don't think it's already stacked up. It already stacked up because we were not necessarily moving for a few seconds right there. Okay. And Apollo
Okay.
is going to go in for that attack once again. Vacuums on the floor. Rune Knight of Apollo going in first. Masquerade. Ignorance Card Revolution will be utilized. The Vest accessory. Again, removing accessory from a Rune Knight is very crucial, because if they have that document on,
Yep.
more cast time for them.
True. They also has some Demium reduction accessories or player reduction stat is tied with accessories depending on the build of the players. So yeah, very important slot to strip. Same goes for the shield slot. So
Yeah, the shield slot usually contains the resistance.
true.
But again,
Also, there's protection for accessories.
yeah, there
So
is no protection for accessory. That's a lot more safer to remove, basically.
yeah, FCP.
Oh,
Despite
Apollo
its
used that
name,
emergency call. It's not FCP, despite its name, it's not really full.
yep.
Uh-huh. Not really full. But again, the best accessory requires a bit of requires a bit of work. Again, if you're not necessarily targeting the character or the player that has the item that you want to remove, it's
Yeah,
going to be rough.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Earth Strain, I think, can remove some equipment as well. So it kinda requires the target not to have 100% resistance,
Mm-hmm.
but it still contributes to to the ease of eliminating targets. Because in War of Imperium, one equipment or several equipments removed is really detrimental to your survivability. So, especially if your shield and your accessories were targeted by such strips. So, yeah, very critical skills, I guess, to consider.
Yeah, and actually, you need to not look down on full chemical protection. Again, that's a very important skill. Based on my experience, and a lot of times, my equipment will be broken during playing War of Imperium, and I hate it. I hated it so much that I need to repair every time. And the NPC sometimes is not close from your save point.
True.
Mhm.
Also, there's it's hard to ask for like a whitesmith to do something for you.
What if you don't? What if you don't have a mechanic right there? What if you don't have a mechanic, unless you have a one waiting in your spawn, just spam dedicated repairman.
Yeah, but it's hard. Yeah, but it's hard to to rely on such cases wherein someone has to do it for you. That's why chemical protect, equipment with let's say protection or indestructible stat are actually good items to consider in setting up your characters. Because there are a lot of break sources, especially in Ragnarok and New One. So recently, I guess, Mech Chariot, or that spider card, that's, I forgot the exact name of the monster, but again, that card
Spider
can
Chariot?
be, yeah, that can be equipped through the accessory that gives you the ability to break the weapon and the armor of the opponents. So it's kinda same as the Whitesmith card, but it does not take a weapon slot, but
Mm-hmm.
instead an weapon slot. Also, Charleston card, as far as I can remember, can also contribute to weapon and armor break. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, not just mechanics. So
Yeah,
items,
yeah. That's why I'm surprised that because mechanics have a skill like a meltdown
yeah,
can
true.
actually get utilized for some situations. But yeah, I'm surprised that genetics are getting utilized as well to for card evolution. But again, if you are a genetic player and you want to do more, basically you want to damage this time, not just port. So you can contribute to the damage by using that card evolution because again, what's in card evolution? Why is it getting utilized? RKP.
Yeah, it bypasses player reduction as well.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the few skills that can, eliminate targets with 100% resistance, on top of being, AOE and it does not have a cooldown, so you can basically spam it. It's just that it's very short range and has, let's say, a limitation in terms of damage output because
Yeah,
it's
it
neutral
doesn't
and
it doesn't scale that much compared to other skills. But again,
yeah,
a little bit of damage in the studio,
better than zero.
yeah, better than zero. Right?
True, true.
So yeah, that's why RKM King. I said I'm curious into getting hit by a card revolution, with maybe resistance because I'm curious about the damage.
Yeah,
Again,
but I'm
yeah.
familiar with mechanics doing card rev and the damage they deal. It's just that I am not very much aware on how much uh genetic
Yeah,
uh
yeah, because mechanics can have buffs, basically.
yeah
And again, the meltdown if they want to use it, it's a soul PvP mechanic because it will consume some skill points. Uh,
true.
yeah, or how you want to utilize your class because again, mechanics. Card revolution isn't the only skill they have. They can also utilize their mado. They can maybe have an axe build if they want, or however they want to do it. Again, for axe build, I guess that is not really a good thing to use for Warfare Imperium, like axe tornado build or or whatever.
Uh, well, despite the strength of the skill in terms of damage output, there's always that consideration. Uh, Especially skills like Axe Tornado, Power Swing, they don't have that player resistance bypass. So as much as we want to, celebrate diversity in terms of character choices, the DPS role really is that.
It's
Let's say,
locked. It's locked right now
yeah,
to specific classes
yeah,
because even getting crosses will not be able to do anything at the current meta that we have, Arcan King.
yeah,
Unless, of course, maybe you want to, use your poison in some way or another. But
yeah. That's the best way to actually utilize your Gilding Cross. It's painful in terms of ego management and your previous strengths are now
you're basically supportive. You're now a
yeah,
supportive character, basically Warf Imperium. But in other cases, of course, PVE. I'm
true,
not
true.
going to you mentioning about that. Of course, you have a lot of experience in guillotine cross. RKMK, how many guillotine crosses do you have in one account?
In one account, I think. Well, one of my accounts have like 7 or 8. Other accounts have like 3, 2.
Yeah.
I have multiple accounts as well. So I'm planning on increasing those gateway crosses, but time does not permit. But then again, Ragnarok Renewal revolves around the number of runs that you can do. So
Mm-hmm. All
yeah,
right. I think I am going to restart. Do enjoy the starting screen for a bit, and yeah. We
We're
are
back.
back. It took a while. Because I needed to restart. It was denying me to restart. Not allowing me to restart the game.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate indeed. Yes, Apollo and Opus they are trying to push in right now. RKM.King.
Yeah. I just hope that uh, situation does not affect the result of today's
Mm-hmm.
session. So they're pushing back.
Yeah. Because usually these situations fix itself.
Mm-hmm.
But this time around, in my case, it didn't. It didn't fix itself.
Mm-hmm.
it uh, it required a restart,
Mm-hmm.
a task manager based restart. But task manager isn't even allowing me to restart. It's denying me. Action couldn't be completed or something. I don't know. But Apollo was able to take down the members of JPEG right here, and I think they are going to regroup once again outside as they got overrun by Apollo and Opus Day on the defense.
Yeah, less than 36 minutes left for
Mm-hmm.
the session. So again, this is a crucial day for both guilds as
Uh-huh.
the rewards for the Golden Imperium.
Yeah, I wonder how things will look without the effects. Again, I don't know if it's the effects that's causing these things, but
Yeah, you
yeah,
just have to try
let's
everything.
just try. Let's just try. You know, so there might be instances that even without effects, there are still moments that we will have that spike. So I'm not sure. All right, Opus Day, ignition breaks will get casted. Actually, we need to read more of the text now, RKM.King. We can't see the skills happening, but you will just see them, raising their hands. Raising their hands as that Osiris from a JPEG will push in that Rune Knight.
But at the very least, we're seeing heals.
We're seeing heals, but we don't see any skills getting casted right here where Poison Smokes will be utilized. JPEG trying to push in. Apollo and Opus Day just holding this Emp room right now. We only have 35 minutes remaining in this War of Imperium session, Golden Imperium Season 4, day number 4, RKM.King.
Yeah. So again, very crucial day number 4. So let's see if JPEG can continue their streak or if OD can have a say in the Golden Imperium reward. Because as for everyone's information, you need 5 consecutive
Ooh,
wins.
Curse Circle. And JPEG just quickly went in and attacked the stack here of obviously an Apollo, but Curse Circle will also land on the side of JPEG. And again, this is a very difficult choke point. As you can see, there is only one line if you're going to attack, and you need to
Bloody
be
Lust.
closer. Bloody Blast on the floor. We can see them turning red, and ignition breaks still getting casted here. Masquerade Witness that those members of JPEG are having a hard time into pushing this very small choke point that is here in the Emp area. But emergency calls might get utilized by these skills, or maybe it already got casted. We just didn't see vacuums on the floor.
The Falcon Assault getting utilized.
Earlier, actually, RKM.King, I saw a Rune Knight just tanking Falcon assaults here coming from a JPEG. I think it was a member of Opus Dei Apollo just standing here, just tanking that Falcon assault. Again, it's not much damage, but it's still damage.
Yeah, it's well, it has damage, I guess, but it's not as, let's say, fatal as compared to other skills. But then again, it will still eat a chunk of your HP. So basically, or effectively,
You know,
like
well, it's one
wasting
thing
your
RKM.King that you can say, at least cart revolution scales. At least cart revolution scales in damage. Falcon assault. Uh,
no, James. They have a lot of damage actually in terms of in sources. Uh, yeah, some of these players actually have really high
But it's easier to scale up your damage for card
yeah, true,
revolution though.
true, true.
And it's spam it
Falcon Assault
better.
is yeah, Falcon Assault is like a niche, especially for players who wants to dish out damage. I think if you allow the Falcon Assault to hit you like 5 straight times, you'll die. So it's not that high of a damage, but it's not you cannot ignore it. So you can basically waste someone's spots, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
If that Falcon Assaulter decided to, waste your time and your consumables, he can.
Mm-hmm.
He might not be able to kill you, but yeah, he can still contribute to, you know,
Yeah.
to that kind of resource management issues that these players will or can find themselves in.
And the JPEG actually, RKM.King is having a hard time into entering this choke point right now that Opus Dei and Apollo is holding. Because again, it's a very small choke point. They have that Runai here, just using that ignition break, just damaging whoever's I think in until this cell right
Yeah, yeah.
here. So they are able to eliminate the members of JPEG who are going in. And right now JPEG is ready for one more attack. I'm not sure how they will position themselves this time to prevent that quick push coming from JPEG or that hold coming from Opus Dei and Apollo. Again, I still notice a bit of frame drops right here, but yeah, it's not the fix. Okay,
Yeah.
I guess it's
Safe to say. Yeah.
yeah, I guess it's not the effects, guys. It's not the effects. So guys,
That affects.
if you're lagging, don't blame the effects. It's something else.
True.
And yeah, this issue has already been reported. Just so you know, this issue has already been reported. And yeah, maybe we should just turn the effects on this time. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, so I just want to say suffer in beauty. Suffer beautifully, I guess.
Mhm.
I just yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
and
see the colors.
yeah, let's just try to figure out what's happening right now. Apollo used their emergency call. JPEG is slowly pushing in, going back, and making sure they have time to regroup right here. FPS drop, I agree, Wenzel. PC again, luckily not. Pudding, luckily not. Luckily, there is no disconnection this time, but Curse Circle will land here in the stamp of Apollo and Opus Dei. And that movement that I did was a little bit late. But yeah, I clicked that a bit earlier, but you can see things unfold right now. I think that cursor was casted a little bit as it's going to fast forward. It is going to fast forward as things you see just happened. And yeah, I think this is another game restart angle right here. I think
Yeah.
JPEG will be able to hold this castle once again. Alright, we are back. And this time, it fixed itself, but it's happening once again. Guys, again, it's not the fix. It's something else entirely. I'm not sure what yeah. I think
I
it
just,
is.
yeah, I
I-
just hope that it's just us.
I hope it's just
Having
us.
difficulty.
I hope it's just I hope it's just a spectator issue, because it's good. Family causing is lyrics, right? Maybe it's a different issue, but this issue has already been reported, guys. So hopefully it will be fixed soon, and I hope we get smoother battles, and for events such as this one to work.
Yeah. But there's an upcoming maintenance, so hope for the best, guys.
Yeah, let's hope for the best. Oh yeah, there is an upcoming maintenance, guys. As Opus Dei and Apollo are going to regroup. I do want to mention that the upcoming maintenance is going to be on Thursday, September 11 at
Yeah.
around 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So maintenance will come in for that one. And oh, JPEG wasn't able to push in. I thought they were already inside, but not entirely. As Opus Dei and Apollo are going to hold this spot. RKM King.
Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, well, situations like this are uncontrollable. So, on our part and on the player's part. So, let's see. So there's still enough time. So we don't have enough information in terms of who's experiencing it or
Mm-hmm.
who utilized their emergency call. So I am
Yeah, what luckily RKM King, we still have a lot of time for this Golden Emperium season 4 day number 4 RKM King. We still have 27 minutes remaining. As JPEG, I think this time will overrun the members of Apollo and Opus Dei, and they will be holding this castle. Again, this is not owned by the main JPEG guild. I think.
they,
I hope
yeah, they still
I hope it didn't get broken. But that we tried to restart.
they still need to break this later. Like
Mhm.
hopefully they don't forget to
I
secure the land.
hopefully they don't forget to secure the castle, because again, if they fail to secure the castle, uh, yeah, it is going to be difficult. I think this is calls for another restart, guys. All right, guys, we are back, and yep, not getting that. Well, we're not getting disconnected, luckily, but we needed to restart the game, of course, to ensure a
Smoother.
smoother experience and we can see things better. I'm not sure what's causing lag, but again, this issue has been reported already, and JPEG is going to be holding this spot once again. As great weakness, we still see one Moonlight here. Initial breaks will get cast into the stack here of a JPEG. Curse Circle will actually land on a JPEG right here, rendering them not being able to move, as they will get wiped out here and they need to retreat back to their save zone right here. But we see one member of Opus Dei actually inside, but Curse Circle will land here on that member of Opus Dei. Maybe that was a Dora who just jumped in. But Apollo and Opus Dei are going to try and invade the Emperor once again right now. Gates of Hell will connect. Ignorance on that Sura. Severe rainstorms are raining down on the members of JPEG, and JPEG is holding on. And I think they still have that emergency call that they can use to defend, but maybe this is not the best time for them to use that. RKM King, they still need to remember to break this Imperium later on, and we only have 23 minutes remaining in this session. RKM King.
Yeah. It's best not for JPEG not to use their equal, especially if they're getting pushed towards a corner of the map, especially in this situation. We've mentioned this several times. It does not bode well for the defense. So
Yeah.
might as well consider repositioning yourselves and just a group manually outside and maybe preserve the use of your emergency call
Yeah, and
since
Apollo used that emergency call actually.
yep, since the response or they just have to be reactive in the usage of emergency call instead of being proactive on it since uh I guess it's safe to say that they have slight upper hand in terms of firepower
Mm-hmm.
as they cast their emergency call right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, we still have 22 minutes remaining in this War of Imperium session. RKM King, it's going to be a tough battle for these guilds. I guess whoever has the position later in the round, probably
Mhm.
10 minutes. In 10 minutes time, I guess we'll be able to win this event. Will JPEG continue their streak and go in for that, fifth session on Saturday? Or will Opus Dei or Apollo start their streak today?
Mhm. And that's kind of the advantage of Opus or Apollo. No? They have the opportunity to like break the
Mm-hmm.
streak regardless of whoever uh, guild breaks the Imperium
Mm-hmm.
later.
Oh, there's one thing I
So
want to mention, RKM King. Or will JPEG, the other JPEG, JPEG 2, start their streak right
oh
now?
my,
Yeah, and I think I don't want to be caught in this position because we see so many players on screen. That's why, um, yeah, so many skills, so many players on screen. That's why it is causing this kind of situation for us. And yeah, it's not fixing itself this time around. I think I want to position myself in a spot wherein I can't. I will be isolated a bit. So, guys, hopefully, just one final restart will do it. And
oh my.
yeah, I'll be restarting the game once again. All right, and just like that, JPEG was able to take over the Emp room right now. And I'm going to position myself in a spot where I can't see everything happening at the same time, but it will not lag. So hopefully, a spot wherein we can see something good still, but not have those spikes. And yeah, as guilds are regrouping right now for our Golden Emperium Season 4 live stream giveaway for tonight. The question is, how much is the Silver Castle reward in Golden Emperium Season 3? Post your answer along with your IGN and hashtag Golden Emperium GGH. Winners will be announced at the end of the event. Again, it's not at the end of the live stream. It's going to be at the end of the event. So make sure to follow our Facebook page and hop on Discord. So if your name gets announced, you will be there because I guess you need to answer a form to claim your reward, and maybe an email will be sent after that. All right. And as the final minutes of Golden Emperium Season 4 Day 4 is getting closer, RKM King.
Of course, let's not forget our season 4 pack. So season 4 pack number 1. So it contains shiny defense scroll, your
Oh, I guess in this spot
not
they can see.
anymore.
Yeah, I guess in this spot you can see. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, defense scroll, medium life potion, small life potion, small mana potions, mysterious water, guyak pudding, and of course your undead scrolls. So yeah, pack number 2, we have different buffs in the form of Almighty, Limit Power Booster, Infinity, Gensu Beans, of course, Undead Scrolls, Siege Teleport Scrolls, and of course your Guyak Coding. Pack number 3 contains 50 times Young Vines, Undead Scrolls, Gensu Beans, a Golem Stone, Frost Giant's Blood, and of course your NFS Siege Resistor Helm. And pack number 4, of course, contains your reset sticks for both skills and stats. So we have your Nyangwine Fruits, Gensu Beans, and of course the Golem Stones, Frost Giant's Blood, and NFS Siege Resistor Cake. So again, those packs are actually like it will save you a lot more in terms of resources. So it doesn't cost a lot in terms of KP. Even if you compute the total cost of the contents, you still get away with a lot of freebies.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, right now, RKM.King, Opus Dei, and Apollo are moving closer. JPEG doesn't have that frontline defense compared to earlier, so it is going to be a emergency call here at the corner. Is that emergency call? I don't think that's an emergency call, right? Maybe they just regroup at the corner. And Opus Dei and Apollo are going to try and take over the amp room right now. RKM.King,
Yeah.
16 minutes remaining in this match. They need to hold this for quite a bit because again, this is not owned by the main JPEG guild currently, RKM.King.
Yeah. So it's hard to expect uh, reinforcements from the flag warp, as what you mentioned. This is not the main JPEG's castle. So let's see if things will go in their favor for the remaining 15 minutes. So yeah, both of this alliance should uh, decide on when to properly, take ownership of the castle.
And utilize that emergency call because again,
Yeah.
I think the best time for JPEG to break this castle is around 5 minutes. So hopefully, if they want to continue their streak, they need to hold this castle at around maybe the 7 or 6 minute mark, then break the castle at the right moment for them to push out the opposing guild. But it's going to be a little bit difficult if Opus Dei and Apollo is here to defend this castle thoroughly. But we've seen a lot of exchanges from these skills in the past few minutes. Hopefully right now we can see. we can see it happen. All right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Guillotine Fist. Her circle, Mandragora Howling. This member of Opus Dei is not moving currently. And not a lot of members of Opus Dei and Apollo right here, right now in the Amp Room. So this might be a quick turnover for JPEG to conquer. But Curse Circle will connect. Guillotine Fist will not. As Pikapex and Ignition Breaks will be casted here by JPEG. And there is no... And there goes, I think that there goes the emergency call coming from Apollo.
Yeah.
I think that is the emergency call. Opus Dei is yet to cast theirs. In this case, RKM.King.
Yeah, it's better to utilize it right now since you still have more opportunities later on. So rather than holding on to its cooldown, so might as well try to position yourselves better in the form of again utilizing that emergency call to set up your defenses. So I guess as time goes by, the guilds were able to position themselves a lot deeper in the castle. So the front lines were not able to basically set themselves up since I don't know if the exchanges are getting like a lot quicker, which basically not allowing everyone to set up their frontline defenses.
I probably think that Opus Dei and Apollo figured things out that this is the best spot that they can defend. This area right here is not ideal for them. So right now we are going to be at this corner, so we won't see everything, every single skill being casted. But JPEG is slowly moving closer right now.
And basically, there's only like a couple of like cells wherein you can move in. So saving you some, let's say, or protecting some of your frontliners as well in this
Mm-hmm.
case.
And right now, JPEG is trying to hold their spot. You can see the skills getting casted by both guilds. Magnetic Earth on the floor. Ignition breaks are going to invade. So one member of JPEG already inside and damaging, followed by the curse circle to disable the members of Apollo holding this Emp room right now. And Opus Dei, we haven't seen their emergency call get casted yet. But yeah, that solid push coming from JPEG just to make sure they have this hold on this Imperium right now, RKM.King.
Yeah, they
And
might get sun still. They shouldn't like, be complacent
mm-hmm.
since
and,
uh,
and like,
OD is not
like
there.
what I said, RKM.King, this is a very crucial. This is a very crucial time right now for this castle. 12 minutes remaining, and yeah, they need to break this in any time. So they need to time it right. They need to set up
Yeah.
their defenses perfectly. They need to use their emergency call at the right moment. And JPEG will set up their defenses again for that front line defense that worked in the previous 3 days
Hmm.
of
Yeah,
Golden Empire Season 4.
they obviously will try to defend more spots because basically they're the ones wanting to preserve the streak, and it will work better for them since they can slow down the push of OD and Apollo. So as compared to what Apollo did earlier, wherein they're basically like protecting the area near the Imperium. So this time around, I guess with proper placement of defenders, they can buy time to like give themselves that opportunity to break the Imperium to reduce the chance of OD to take over this castle.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, this is the owner of this castle is JPEG number two.
Mm-hmm. And I think what Apollo and obviously needs to do right here now is to force
Yeah, yeah.
JPEG into breaking this castle. Because once it is forced, they wouldn't have that insurance anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But if JPEG decides to not break it right now, in this very crucial time, I'm not sure because we only have
Mm-hmm.
10 minutes remaining. RKM.King.
Yeah, last time I think they hold on until like the 7 or 6 minute mark, if I can remember it correctly. But then again, it's kind of risky
Mm-hmm.
for them to do that. So
Yep, very risky for JPEG to do that. They don't have their backline defense set in this spot currently. Curse Circle will land ignition breaks, masquerade, ignorance, magnetic earth on the floor, and their side suicidal destruction getting casted by JPEG. And you can see the hold that JPEG is doing, eliminating the members here of Opus Dei and Apollo. And they are just slowly going to back down. Curse Circle, one will get hit by that guillotine fist, and Dark Card of Fate will be utilized as well by Apollo. And some members of JPEG are slowly returning to the battle, and yeah, this is looking really good for JPEG right now, RKM.
true. So it doesn't. It's not really important for JPEG to wipe out OD. It's just that they just have to like slow down the push
Mm-hmm.
because again they don't have to take risks in terms of the defense since this castle is not theirs. Their front lines presence and yeah, they are very much important not to die at this crucial moment.
Mm-hmm.
So just buy time for their breakers to pick the right time to basically kick everyone out and stop the OD push. I think they positioned their front lines a little bit like forward and a lot of their players forward so that they can have that freedom to break the Imperium as compared to what happened before, wherein they basically blundered in taking the castle.
Mm-hmm.
I remember what happened in day one. So
Yep.
they failed to take the castle while OD was pushing. So
Yep.
this time around, let's see if they have or
Yep.
they are
But right now
prepared.
though, the members of JPEG actually
What happened?
at this time, because we saw that the Rune Knights were not there, so they decided to just break the Imperium right now
Okay.
to prevent that push from happening. I guess this gives them time to have that emergency call ready, to have that flag warp ready on their side as well.
Mhm. So yeah, they did not take the risk of prolonging it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So they're basically like trying to hold it for the next 7 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to OD and Apollo to conquer this Emperor in given like one or two at best
Mm-hmm.
emergency calls.
Yeah, and
So let's see.
again, RKM.King, because JPEG is now the owners, they have that flag warp now. So this
True.
might be a more difficult push for Opus Dei and Apollo to do, because JPEG can just come back in quicker. They
Mhm.
need to they need to worry about the flag warp basically.
Yeah, they
The
can
members
also
from
wreck
behind. Mm-hmm.
contest the regroup of OD and Apollo. So let's see if this will continue the streak of JPEG or if OD and Apollo will or can make this a little bit more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep. Will JPEG continue their streak, or will Apollo and Opus Dei start a new one?
mhm.
We'll find out in 5 minutes, guys. Just 5 more minutes, and we'll know who will be able to conquer this castle at the end of the session. We see that Doram of JPEG. They are a lot more bold right now and a lot more courageous because they have that flag warp. They have
Yep.
that access to that flag warp, so they can just quickly get back in. So eliminating a few members from the attacking side is going to be a huge deal for them. But again, JPEG already used their emergency call ignition breaks. You can see all those Rune Knights, 7 Rune Knights on the side of a JPEG, just holding that stack, holding this spot. But Curse Circle will connect here on JPEG. Those Rune Knights are rendered not being able to do anything right now, as Opus Dei and Apollo are trying to quickly push in this Castle Curse Circle once again, coming from the side of Opus Dei and Apollo, and they are just trying to just quickly go in and eliminate the members here of JPEG. But will their decision be a good thing right now? We still have 4 minutes remaining in this session, RKM.King, and again,
Uh,
JPEG has that flag. Will a emergency call be utilized this time around? Ignition brakes getting casted on the stack here of a JPEG. We can see Curse Circle once again. Opus Dei and Apollo is slowly moving closer to the Emp area. Again, JPEG doesn't have that emergency call right now. And Apollo just holding in. JPEG defending really well right now in this spot. They will be able to eliminate the members of um, Apollo or just going around. And I'm not sure. I think they still have those Rune Knights at the back. They probably still have those Rune Knights at the back, just waiting for something to happen. And
so
this
let's
is
see
going
if
to be
eh, let's see if Apollo still have their own emergency call or they were or it got cancelled. I don't know. So they were able to push a little bit.
yeah.
A little bit.
I don't think they used an emergency call yet. I think they still have that emergency call, but again, the flag warp, the castle owner is a JPEG, so Ultra might be in the entrance right now. Let's take a quick look at what's happening in the entrance right now. Fences that set yet, but the thing is, for this time, RKM.King, as I got disconnected. All right. As I quickly got disconnected, RKM.King, we are logging back in quickly just to see what's happening.
Yeah. So again, last 1 minute, I guess.
Last 1 minute and a few seconds remaining. I don't think there's enough time for Opus Dei and Apollo to break this, but they are moving in closer. They are just moving in. I'm not sure if an emergency call got utilized, but JPEG already has that emergency call on hand as they will use that emergency call. It is a little bit too late for Opus Dei and Apollo, I guess, to stop that emergency call from happening. Ultra maybe used their emergency call as well. No, JPEG has that Imperium on hold right now. Less than a minute remaining, just 1 minute exactly remaining, rather. And the ignition brake will still get casted here. The hold of JPEG, and they are holding very strong. They're stacking up on the Imperium. Cart Revolution, Opus Dei, and Apollo are having a hard time into pushing in right now. And it's not looking good for the attacking side. RKM.King, they're moving a little bit slower, but they don't have enough time to break this. I think just a few seconds remaining. JPEG still has this Imperium on hold. This is a fresh Imperium without any, hits, without any damage. And I think they are just trying to eliminate the members just of that is closer to that F. But they are attacking. But no, I don't think they'll be able to do it.
Time's up.
But the Imperium is destroyed. No. It's captured by JPEG. Still held by JPEG. there's Imperium destroyed. Okay. I don't know. I thought it got destroyed. I thought it got destroyed, but it's still held by JPEG, according to the notification.
Okay.
All right.
At the very least, they were able to, preserve the streak. One hell of a finish again.
Yeah, I think the push was a little bit. It's close. It's
Yeah.
close. It's very close. But it's a little bit. I think just a few seconds more, or maybe a minute more,
Yeah.
will be able to land them a victory for Opus Dei and Apollo. Because JPEG already used that emergency call. And they only have it on cooldown at the last 2 minutes.
Yeah. And again, using that emergency call in that position, kinda not the best. Especially, we've seen it several times now. The ones using the emergency call at that position does not really provide, I guess, enough defense. So at best, they should be able to push their defense a little bit forward, as what OD did earlier. But yeah, it was too close for comfort, I guess.
Yeah, very very close for JPEG, Opus Dei, and Apollo. But yeah, the streak continues as JPEG is one castle hold or one War of Imperium win away from winning the Golden Castle reward here in Golden Emperium Season 4. Actually, the Golden Emperium Season 4, I think it's not appropriate to say the Golden Castle reward since we only have one castle this time around. But the heist is now going to be active.
Yeah.
Will the heist reward get one this time around for Golden Emperium Season 4? Or will JPEG finally get their Golden Emperium win here in Golden Emperium Season 4? So,
yeah, we haven't had a successful heist, to be honest, for the duration of the seasons, starting from season 1 until season 4. We haven't seen a successful heist. So this time around, let's see if OD or whoever can execute the heist. So let's see if that's within the cards. But then again, JPEG can still again have that opportunity to defend this castle and win this season's rewards.
yeah, and
Just one more day.
yeah,
for them.
just one more day. And if they win this, again, it will be a huge win. A huge W for JPEG. It's a very close fight between these two guilds. This day has been the closest um, day of Golden Imperium Season 4 RKM.King, and
Yeah.
it's just going to get difficult as day 5 is going to be on Saturday. Day 5 of Golden Imperium Season 4, as the heist will be active. It is going to be the final day of Golden Imperium Season 4 on Saturday. All right?
Yeah, another weekend clash. Weekend.
Mhm.
Remember that
Yeah,
weekend.
a weekend clash between these two alliances. But
Mhm.
yeah, as Golden Imperium Season 4 is slowly coming to a close, and we'll just only have one day left.
True.
Ragnarok Stars, of course, is still active. We're going to have Ragnarok Stars day 2
Mhm.
tomorrow, and the it's going to be between we will have 4 matches. It's going to be between
Mhm.
Photopixels versus Lamborghini Darling, Black White versus Star Blazers, NA Legends versus Winbox Zenith, and Alpha versus KOS for tomorrow. All
Mhm.
right. So do stay tuned for the Ragnarok Stars 2025 day number 2, which will happen tomorrow, same time at 9 p.m. Hopefully, I won't have any disconnections this time, RKM.King. Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if the teams can perform better this time around, since the first day was kind of rough for some. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's something I'm kind of looking forward to
Yeah, well,
seeing.
let's hope for the best, I guess. That's the only thing we can do is let's hope for the best that these teams will be able to win what they're working hard for.
True.
All right. And yeah, Golden Pair Season 4 live stream giveaway is still active. Question is, how much is the silver castle reward in Golden
Yes.
Imperium Season 3?
Season 3.
Comment your answer along with your IGN and the hashtag Golden Imperium GGH. We'll give you a few more minutes to comment down your answers. Again, the winners of the live stream giveaway will be announced at the end of the event. So make sure to follow our Facebook and join Discord.
Yeah, also
Alright.
season 4 packs are still available. So for those who want to purchase them, yeah, just purchase it now while it's active, since they're only available during War of Imperium 1 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
All right. That's it, guys. Thank you all for tuning in here in our Golden Imperium Season 4 event. Tomorrow we'll be having Day 2 of Ragnarok Stars 2025. And you'll see me and RKM.King
Once
once
again.
again for tomorrow. 3 consecutive days, guys. Anyway, we have a lot more stuff to see. And, hopefully you guys all enjoy the events that Ragnarok Online GGH is bringing. All right, that's the end of day 4 of Golden Emperium Season 4. We are your casters. This is James.
This is RKM.King.
And we'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Bye, guys.